Hey guys, welcome to the latest edition for Fallout mods Fallout 4 mods, should I say, for the PlayStation 4. Uh, Last week we covered one of the other categories which are going down on here. I'm not going to try and remember which one because I get that wrong now and again. So I'm just going to say if you want to check out one of the categories that we did last week, check back on my playlist and you'll be able to find it on there. This week we'll be covering the latest mods. This is coming out a day later than normal. I usually try to do them all on Friday, but I do apologise. I had a lot of videos to try and upload on one day, and because I was trying to upload them all at the same time, the Skyrim ones, if not Skyrim, sorry, the Dragon Age ones, the GTA 5 one for the side missions, and also I think I was trying to upload a Fallout modded a gameplay video as well at the same time. So whenever I came to try and look at any of the mods, I got like a loading screen on each and every single one. It just seemed to delay it really badly with really bad internet lag. So anyway, what we're going to do today is just focus on the latest. If you did miss last week's video, please go and check it out. It'll be on the playlist right behind this one once I've uploaded it. And thank you to everyone who's been watching and supporting the channel so far. I do very much appreciate it, more than I can possibly say. Anyway, going on to the latest mods, we have got RLD Mythic 33 edition for Udorphin, Fallout 4 for PlayStation 4. Requires the DLC for pretty much everything that there is, from Automatron right the way through to Nuka World. It gives a brief idea of how to start this mod. Must be a new game save. ESP must be loaded last in your load order. Please keep in mind this mod is not something to just add to your collection. This mod is for big and complicated edit of the game, yet it is just one simple ESP. This mod will make Fallout 4 close to life as possible in the game and have pain effects like GTA 5. So if you download this, please deactivate all of the mods, start a new game, then activate your other mods one by one to see what is compatible and what is not. Keep in mind, RLD Micri 33 edition must be loaded last at all times, PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox, no matter what version you're using. If you have mods such as texture mods or new gun mods or new spawn mods, then it's okay, but you have to have other gameplay mods and try to mix them with RLD. You will bug up your game. What the mod does, it makes all humanoid and small animals fall over when shot, like in GTA 5. The fact it's the GTA 5 mod is pretty good. What difficulty recommended on survival, why use this mod? If you're looking for a hard survival experience where you don't need to level up or grind your stats and do pointless action, you just get the right into the game and survive, then this mod is for you. Alright, I'm not going to go through all this because there is a lot of information. Basically, what this mod does, if you have ever played GTA 5 or pretty much any other game that uses realistic body movement, when a character is shot, they don't just crumple over, they will have a bit more of like a ragdoll effect. This basically makes the ragdoll movements of the characters bend in a bit more of a natural sort of way. So if your character is shot in the back, they will fall forwards pretty much onto the face. If you shoot them in the head, they're pretty much just going to drop to the knees, unless it's with some kind of a heavy weapon. Basically, if you've ever played GTA 5, you know the kind of animations I'm on about, or any type of GTA next gen type of games. So you pretty much get what I'm on about anyway. Right, moving on. Clint Eastwood's Revolver. I'm guessing the Dirty Harry gun. A revolver that does more damage, has a greater critical multiplier, and has a semi-auto feature rather than the standard bolt-action revolver. The revolver can be found in Good Neighbor in Cleo's shop on the front desk. Women edit. I haven't figured out how to make his own mods show up on the PlayStation, so he's made this for the time being. He plans on deleting it as soon as he gets good at modding. Okay. Jima's gun. Triple damage radium rifle, uses fusion cores for ammo, 500 rounds per core. Also increases melee and reduction action point costs. Made a special request, located in the sanctuary basement on the top of the barrel. Settler starter kit for Automatron, Far Harbor, and Nuka World for the PlayStation 4 again, obviously. Location is across from Swan's Pond in the Boston Commons and Playground in Concord. Purpose: to dress your settlers to be Minutemen, Railroad, Brotherhood of Steel, or Institute. Reasons to download: can also act as a cheat room for beginning players with weapons, armor, and ammo. What is included: the chest contains weapons and ammo. The lockers have clothes and armor. Requirements, as I said before, is Automatron, Far Harbor, and Nuka World. One thing I did notice before I just closed that one down is everything will reset within an in-game week, I'm guessing. Legendary difficulty. Okay, there is quite a lot of different ones out there, so let's see how this one differs from the rest. Sets outgoing player damage to about 0.25 times and keeps incoming enemy damage at 4 times default. This only affects survival difficulty. This will practically make all leveled enemies harder to kill, thus prolonging the difficulty curve at higher levels. I made this mod simply to simulate Skyrim's legendary difficulty. Okay, so it's basically there. It goes on to list a bunch of effects that you can have with it. One thing I will comment whilst I'm moving on to the next one: I am currently playing on the hardest difficulty level before survival. I can't unfortunately stick it on survival for my modded gameplay, mostly because I have 2 kids, and if they ever need me, it's really hard to just pause the game, save it. There's a lot of different save requirements when you enter survival mode. So at the moment, if you're watching the gameplay and you're thinking, Jesus, that guy's either on easy, I'm on the hardest possible one just before survival, whatever difficulty level it is. Eventually I will probably upgrade to one of these modded difficulties, but for the time being I'm just sticking it on the vanilla hardest difficulty setting before survival. Anyway, bear traps and caltrops fix. This requires DLC for just Far Harbor. Fix for the player: crafted traps added in Far Harbor. All traps have had their damage boosted, making them much more viable. Bear traps, bleeding bear traps, will now cause a leg guaranteed, cripple a leg guaranteed even, and are much less likely to break, allowing for multiple uses of a single trap. And just a couple of other traps mentioned there. Things not changed are the weight, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and crafting costs as well. They're pretty much the same as the vanilla. Okay, Boyston Club Clean. What the fuck? Okay, that before and after. This mod cleans up the Boyston Club without attacking the scenery or the story behind the place. He tried to restore it to its rich people and former president states, as noted in the club. Some things he could not figure out how to correctly change, picture frames, etc. So they are left as is. If you notice anything he missed, comment below, even though you can't on the PlayStation mod screen. Oblivion's master difficulty. Sets outgoing player damage to a whopping 0.16 times, 1/6 player damage plus the survival multipliers, and sets incoming enemy damage to 6 times, just like Oblivion's hardest difficulty. Compared to normal difficulty, you are doing about 84% less damage to enemies, and enemies are dealing about 500 times more damage to you. So okay, this is something, like I was just mentioning before, this is something I'll probably be looking into. I'll put that onto favourites to test out for now. The world is dying. Okay, get this quite a few times, but I must have updated it. Update 89, today is his birthday. Okay, it celebrates this update, making things, you know, more hardcore, of course. Increased the damage of frag grenades and Molotov. this is not hardcore. Okay. Power armor received a bonus to damage resistance. This should provide a little more resistance against unarmed attacks, animals, and ghouls. Healing items, bandages, advanced bandages, makeshift splints, etc. Okay, and he's just basically gone on to add up a load of different stuff. Okay, so I'm guessing now why this mod comes up. If every time a mod is updated, it must get put into the latest mods again, because update 89 wasn't there last time, I don't think. I think last time it was just item 85, update 85 even. Ah, God. Yeah, Grime as war paint. Huh, okay. Creates a copy of the main Grime extras and places them in the face paint category to control opacity to an extent. It's also added 2 more colours that are pulled from Raider character generation. Colour breakdowns: 1s for 25% to 50% black, 3 75% black, colour 4 59% brown for Raider, and 5 77% green for Raider. In addition to the paints, your body, male and female, will also have the Raider dirty body look as well, which you can see from the screenshot. Basic game: more logical and real weapons and ammunition. Okay, I think that one's just going to be straightforward. There isn't really that much in the way of mod description there. He's added receivers to some leveled lists that give more power to DC guards and Minutemen. Then goes on to list a bunch of other buffs that have been given to various weapons. Intended to make the 5.56 ammo more vital and make other sources of consumption for the 45 and the 38 ammo. He gave buff to maximize automatic receivers, because a gun with such a big barrel and cooling system shouldn't have any problem shooting anybody fast and lots of damage. Okay. Paradise Island mod. After trying for a few days, he can't get the overpass mod linked to the other settlements. He created this in a day, but okay. Building area has been expanded, not to the bottom of the boat. Is there any relative information of where this is? No, unfortunately. Okay, this is one of the mods where there's no screenshots. Unfortunately, you're just gonna have to test it and see. Doesn't appear to be any list of where it is either, unfortunately. Okay, PlayStation 4 Wild Plants, Drinks and Chems for Settlement, Season Pass version. Okay. Wild Plants, Drinks and Chems. Okay, this mod adds several things to the settlement menu: cooking, chems, and nuka mixing stations. From the following wild plants can be found in the food menu under resources in the settlement menu: ash blossom, aster, black bloodleaf blights, blood leaf, brain fungus, cave fungus, fever blossom, glowing fever, and fungus, and then a whole lot of other different ones as well. You can also add planters from the same menus for carrots, gourd, corn, melon, root fruit, and potatoes. And then drinks can now be crafted from the beverage menu, and cooking stations for beer, black coffee, Bob Earl's Best Moonshine, bourbon, rum, vodka, Wares Brew, and so on and so forth. Nuka Cola flavors can now be crafted from the Nuka mixing stations, which you could do with that anyway. The following chems can now be crafted at the chem station, and fog condenser can now be found in miscellaneous resources in the settlements. Some assigned to be, you need to assign someone to it to produce, and just a bunch of other stuff as well. Okay. Okay, same version for non-DLC version. Cages Overhauled for non-DLC. I'll have a quick look at it. If I come across the other one, I can always skip over it. This mod is a master file and will automatically place itself where it needs to be in the load order. Don't worry, it's doing what it's supposed to do. This mod adds 181 new cages, 362 if you count the 2 separate categories, to catch just about everything in the wasteland and in varying sizes. There are 2 there are two different categories detailed below. Category 1, Gladiators. This category is set up similar to vanilla. Creatures and robots in this category can be tamed via the beta wave emitter. Different factions will still attack each other. The section is mostly for arenas. Settlers and pets. This category differs from category 1 in several ways. First, creatures and robots is in this section all share the same factions and will not attack each other. They also can be moved to other settlements and do not require the beta wave emitter to tame. As a bonus, they can also be set as supply lines. Another big difference from category 1 is that all humanoids in this section, including synths and super mutants, function as settlers. With all the positives that grants. This also will allow you to have raiders, minutemen, railroad, prisoners, etc. as settlers, and assignable power armor as well. There's quite a lot of stuff in this to cover, so if it's something that you're interested in, if you do a lot with the cages, like setting up gladiator arenas, and on my last playthrough I built a giant gladiator stadium type thing on Spectacle Island, because it's the only thing I could see to attach it to. Yeah, it's the only thing I could think of doing over there, besides building a wall all the way around, which took up all my build size, and I had to use the pick up your rocket launchers and stuff in build mode just to get the settlement size back down. This was before mods though, of course. Unfortunately, I did that too many times and the game crashed to the point where I couldn't load it anymore. So let that be a lesson to you, don't overbuild. Clean and smooth, Spectacle Island. Ironically enough, this is what I was just, the place I was just on about, and it's not going to load screenshots, unfortunately, I don't think. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this basically cleans out Spectacle Island, makes it a bit more pre-built, I suppose. Problem with this is if you're trying to go there and you want supplies, if the place is already cleared out, then you're not going to have anything to start with. But the other side to that is you do get this nifty little harbour which has been built, and it does look pretty damn good, I must admit, for starting off, instead of the crappy up and down wasteland that you can't really do anything on. So consider me sold on that one, and just put it under my favourites. Oki1682, who's the author, I've seen a few of his clean and smooth settlements, and they are usually pretty good. He does tend to clear everything off though, unfortunately, so you have to get your settlers there, and then set up your caravan lines, which will then set up a caravan line to a settlement that you have got a ton of stuff on. I recently did a mod for something called the Garden of Eden, the Gek creation kits. Basically it just gives you I think it was 20,000, 100,000 of every possible crafting resource. I dumped it at Sanctuary, and now all my supply lines run from Sanctuary to there, so wherever I go, whether it be the castle, Sunshine Tidings, or any other place, I've always got the stock shared between those two places, so it pretty much works itself out. That's the only way I can ever see doing one of these settlements, unless he does leave something in the editing box. Alright, anyway, special edition Mentants, manufacturing overhaul for season pass, manufacturing overhaul just for regular players. Does still require the DLC for Contractions Workshop, obviously. Basically, this one, like the other mods, will place itself in the load order where it's supposed to be. All builders production time is cut from 10 seconds to 4. All builder power costs reduced by 5. Ammo plants now give 25 ammo instead of 10. Vanilla costs rebalancing, making multiple machines more practical. Most vanilla machines have had new recipes added to them as well. Yeah, I'm thinking of seriously looking into this, because one of the things I was trying to create the other day was the power cells which go in the Minutemen laser rifles. just gone out of my head. But anyway, yeah, I was trying to create a lot of them, and I couldn't find which manufacturing device was going to be the one to create them. I figured it would have been under ammo, but it wasn't. So I spent a lot of time trying to set that up and then failed. Anyway, Emrys Stash. This mod is a follow-up to his survival stash. Inside the Sanctuary root cellar and is a Vault 75 steamer trunk next to the ladder. Inside is various starter scraps, 3,000 gil, some fruits to consume or plants, and a couple of food items. Also, there is 800 plus word journal of Gunner Emry. He is mentioned in the survival stash journal of Amara Knight, but this is his story. This mod is the second of 3 in the series. Stay tuned to PlayStation 4 modern page for more mods. Okay. Diamond City SWAT. No more goofy Skyrim-esque guards. You're either SWAT or you're not. This mod upgrades the Diamond City security guards with better weapons, swatters, and headgear as well. If your character has been to Diamond City, travel to another area, wait 99 hours times 2, and then the next time you return to Diamond City, the mod should be in effect. Okay. It's clear sky, almost nowhere. Okay. Funny that is. Sets the weather to be bad weather types in the Commonwealth, Far Harbour, Nuka World, Glowing Sea, and Atom Springs have more weather types. Okay. Rad weathers have had the green tint removed as well. It does require the DLC for Far Harbour and Nuka World. Clear sky almost everywhere. So if you want the dull sky all the time, you can have that one. If you want the clear sky, you can have that one. Commonwealth Visual Overhaul. This mod overhauls the overall visual appearance of the game, removal of fog and god rays, colour adjustments giving the vibrancy were never experienced before, adjustments to some of the lighting slightly all over the Commonwealth have given a new look to the game. Colours are less washed out and there is better light shadow contrast. The weather effects are slightly improved, fire plasma and laser effects are enhanced, and check out a fireworks show while you're at it. Okay. That's for Overhaul and DLC again, for Nuka World version, Far Harbour. Cat Stash for PlayStation 4 version. Adds 3 new crates outside of Vault 111. There's a note inside one of the chests to explain the backstory. The crate includes custom meds, sniper rifle and ammo, fatigues, hazmat suit, and money and caps. All the chests are respawnable, though he doesn't know how long it takes, usually a good few. I'd say if you leave it a week in game, usually a lot of the stuff does respawn. At least I think that's what it was on Skyrim as well. This is his first mod, although he has made a number of mods for Skyrim. Simple grass mod. Adds 2 placeable floors with a grass texture. Okay. Wonderful Workshop generators. Wonderful Workshop aims to add unique and immersive objects to Workshop that hasn't already been added by other mods, such as USO. This version of Wonderful Workshop adds 5 new generators to the game to improve your engineering quite a bit. This mod adds a mega fusion reactor, fusion room, institute reactor, rustic wall generators, rusted medium-sized reactor, industrial generators, the blue ones, and the binuclear reactor, the Chinese sub-reactor. Happy crafting. Okay, some of these you can get in some of the Workshop DLC though as well, so I'm guessing this might be useful for people who don't want the DLC. The plasma fusion gun. A short time before the bombs fell, a suspicious man hid a very powerful and dangerous experimental weapon that he stole from a powerful American weapon manufacturing. The cave under the Red Rock drugstore. Sorry, I'm not taking the piss. It's just amusing when you're trying to actually read it out loud. Under the Red Rocket truck stop, but little did he know that the cave was also used to store radioactive waste, and he died before being able to tell anyone what was hidden in the cave, so the mysterious experimental weapon may still be there after all this time. You can find the gun in the room where the safe is, but be warned, it might be a bit hard to find because the mole rats in the room might have booped into it and caused it to move. Bums. Okay. Vault Deck Restoration mod for the PlayStation 4 currently cleans up and repairs the inside of Vault 75, 81, Secret 81, 88, 95 and Vault 111. It also adds settlement function to the exterior and said vaults and 2 extra 88 exits. He has experienced issues with must clear all enemies with the exterior settlements simply because of the huge radius. It gives you search far and wide for any hostiles to download or download the factions relations mod to make yourself neutral to common enemies until you gain access to the benches. He also recommends settlement conquest mod until I can figure out how to create settlements properly. He also recommends scrap all things mod, which I've got. Be wary in interior locations as you will scrap into the void if you are not careful. Yes, I've done that before now as well. Okay. That's basically it. Alright, future plans. He's doing stuff for Vault 80, 81, secrets, additional lighting repairs, add settlement options to Vault 88 exits. Vault 114, no current plans, however, he's been toying with the idea of adding it to another vault. Vault 114, additional lighting repairs, 95 additional lighting repairs, and 75, and so on. Burt Bobane weapon cache. Just a small weapon mod threw together to start to feel for the creation kit. The weapons may be a little overpowered or how easy they are acquired. Don't think you'll be shooting male queens with them or anything. Pyros flare gun, grenade launcher, Widowmaker, and septic sprayer. Oh, hang on. They're all found in the basement of the Concord Speakeasy, laying on the ground. Just heads up, they can be a little difficult to spot without a flashlight. Mythic Creatures for the PlayStation 4. I've actually got this one on mine. I just haven't actually downloaded it yet. I raised a fight down. This mod attempt to give a recreation of some of the most interesting creatures from ancient and modern mythology, like E.T., King Kong, Frankenstein, the Bunyip, Chupacabra, Godzilla, Terminator, and other. Terminator's a creature. Okay. The idea is to find them and defeat them. Win big rewards in hidden treasures and discover new interesting ways to fight enemies. E.T. you'll find in the CIT ruins, Frankenstein at the Relay Tower 0 BB 915, King Kong on Hugo's Hull, poor guy, the Chupacabras of Ten Pine Bluff, Nemesis from Resident Evil, Wicked Shipping Fleet, the Bunyip, Lake, not even going to try and pronounce that one, the Rake, seriously, what the hell's a rake? Tuffington Boathouse, Hell Stag, Relay Tower, ODB 521, King Bloodbug, yep. Wally, Automatrons HQ, Terminator, Robco Center, Killer, Poseidon Reservoir, as he started running out of names here. King Crab, Far Harbor, Queen Sophia Wreck, Godzilla, apparently, Nuka World, Safari Adventure, and The Predator, Glowing Sea Near Atoms. Okie dokie. Yeah, I wish I'd read that beforehand. Restored content. Old mod, more logical and real weapons. Male attire, practice mod. This is a simple mod as well as his first mod intending on modding software on his computer. This is just a simple mayoral attire. It is found by the chem merchant in Diamond City. On the ground, it is just a practice mod, nothing special. It is worth about 200 caps, so if you're in need of money. Okay. Nordhagen Beach Resort. Okay, I'm intrigued because that's one of my usual least favourite things to try and do. Okay, that is not using in-game assets, so be warned. Some of that does look like it's external assets, so you might not get it. Basically, it's just an overhaul for Nordhagen Beach. You can see from the screenshots it does look pretty good, but be warned, it probably might not be what it looks like on those screenshots. So just be cautious. They might have used some other thing where it uses external assets from something in the game that I've not seen, but that does look more. The bottom right hand corner picture does look like something that is not using external assets, so just be cautious. Master Blaster, browse by category. What? Changes the mod menu at game start to show all mod categories: install and active mod, exit, and main menu. Now you can go search for mods. For mods, your menu will contain every category of mod. Okie dokie. Lakeview Terrace, a new settlement. This mod adds a new This mod adds a new settlement to the Commonwealth. For the location, go to Wicked Shipping Fleet Lockup, southwest of the Abernathy Farm. From there, you'll go south down the road and follow this to the west. After a while, the road ends and you have found a new settlement. That sounds like a tom-tom. Okay, features a new functioning settlement, 3 unique NPCs, a legendary weapon, beautiful view over the lake, no screenshots though, so be warned. Apart from that one, that's on there. To get the legendary weapon, you have to either kill the corresponding NPC or simply swap the inventory. You can hire new settlers with a recruitment radio beacon. You can establish trade routes to the settlement. All objects in the settlement can be scrapped to make the settlement according to your own wishes. The settlement is randomly attacked, as any other settlements in the Commonwealth. A little farther up the west is a spawn point where spawn ghouls, wild dogs, rust devils, etc. Also, the Brothers of Steel show up from time to time. Watch out for ghouls on the roads, and so on and so forth. Hanging Heights Settlement mod, another one that is I've never really heard of before. Can't say I've really recognised the area as well either. Okay, this is done with the Overpass mod, and it should be good to go now. Got the whole place map meshed. I'm just trying to see where it is. The mod will be released in 2 forms, this one and the one we can build most of the settlement yourself, and later will be released as another mod. New elevator behind the house as the entrance takes you up to the top level, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Oh, Lexington Apartments, that's where it was. A New Hope player settlement. A new settlement location just north of Sanctuary, near the water, nothing fancy. Oh yeah, I pretty much know what that is, it's opposite. After loading them off the first time, visit the settlement and go into build mode. Happiness should be at least 50%. If it's not, this is a random bug that no one else has been able to figure out. What's weird is it sometimes works with a different save file. Okay, like most things. That's pretty much it. Okay. Immersive gameplay for the PlayStation 4. I've been over this a few times. All settlements extended for Harbour. All scrappable items outside of original build area are now scrappable. Bethesda requires that hyphen and space in the words. Okay. This is only for Far Harbour settlements. All four settlements have a larger build area, and this is only for the Far Harbour settlements, typically out of source of water. Being able to source some water, but not all of them have this. Scrounger expanded for DLC. Requires DLC for Far Harbor Nuka World. Expands the Scrounger perk to include extra ammo. This version adds ammo from Far Harbor and Nuka World to the Scrounger perk. And goes on to list a whole load of different fuel types and boss ammo types that you can get from down there. Scrounger expanded for non-DLC. Alien super weapons at Vault 111. A water redux. Basically an overhaul to water, realistic water mod. Immersive old rusty fix. The XM77 Gauche rifle by Nemtek. Limited edition bobbleheads. This basically, if you don't want to go around collecting all the bobbleheads, you can get them in one place. This will still allow you to pick them up regardless. I should say you still can pick them up in the game world and encounter them, but you can pick them up early, basically. Stumble upon interiors. This basically gives you a bunch of our interiors, no real quests to them or anything like that. The Lost Building of Atlantic. Food crafting uses purified water. Portable nuke jetpack for the PlayStation 4. An African American brown version of Piper. Cheat room for PlayStation 4. UCO base game core components, extra stuff which you wouldn't normally find in any of the other stuff. Looks like Tin Man outfit on that one. Alien attire. Okay, that is actually intriguing. I will consider checking that one out. Not to favourites for now. Standalone 38 tri-barrel minigun. Weapon rebalances for the PlayStation 4 edition. Blitz Ridiculous Range. Rebuilding Perks edition. For those who are curious about that one, makes a Blitz perk, both ranks, gives you 100 times the more distance instead of 2 or 3 more times the distance. Horribly unbalanced, but looks silly as hell. Rebalanced Perks edition. Auto closing doors and gates. Skin armor craft for Fallout 4. This is for your power armors, not for your extra characters. Post-war workshop. All settlements extended. This one, like the Nuka World one we covered before, just expands the limitations out a little bit more. I'm going to put that one on mine, come to think of it, because there is what I want to do with the settlements this time round. Currently I'm just getting all the Minutemen stuff out of the way, so if you do follow and you're thinking why I'm not doing any of the main storyline, I'm just trying to get all the settlements up and running first, and then I can do it because I want this character to be my main character that I continue on with. So I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff with the settlements this time around, where last time I really only focused on 1 or 2 places. I think it was Sanctuary, Spectacle Island, and the Abernathy Farm, where I built a massive castle, and again I encountered the same problem with building too much and then not being able to ever return there ever again. Bluebeard's water purifiers. STC, Scrapback Commonwealth for Far Harbor add-on. Scrapback Commonwealth Vault-Tec Workshop add-ons. Scrapback Settlement Automatron add-on, base game for Scrapback Settlement add-ons for Commonwealth. Cheap weapons, choose your own perks. This is the one that I was on about earlier, which I recently downloaded, and it is very good. Basically, it maxes out every perk. You will find some which haven't been filled once you basically read every single magazine. Read the magazines in order as well, so obviously if you're going to pick up one, that, and like example on that one, Black Widow 1, 2 and 3, read them in order, otherwise you won't get the perk. This basically will give you every perk right from the start of the game. It's located by the lift in Vault 111, and as I said, I've actually downloaded this, used it myself, and that's why I'm pretty much way overpowered at the moment on everything I try to do. But it means I can fly through the game a little bit faster and hopefully get to the good stuff at the end. Immersive Mega Surgery Center, Junk War Collections, Nuka World Submachine Guns for PlayStation 4, Work Crate, Mysterious bunker biozones. Uh, pipe nuke launcher that makes things. Yeah, okay. Assassin's starter trunk. If you're looking to play as an assassin, you've got like a bunch of weapons here. That would be two-shot perk as well. That's what I use on my machine gun at the moment, and a bunch of other different stuff in there, as you can see. Pip-Boy light overhaul. Last of the Jackals functioning work in progress DLC required. 10mm. Build your own Commonwealth. Damage overdose for PlayStation 4. Scrap that settlement. All in one. Hang on, actually, this might be interesting because I've got quite a few different ones. Required all the DLC as usual. Collaboration Tin Man and Elric. Basically contains the basic game automatron. Okay, I'm going to put this onto mine, and I will be adding this in because I've got the base version and I've got several individual ones, so this is actually pretty good. Thank you very much for adding this one, and just so people can see me doing it as well. I am actually downloading it and I'll be adding it into my game as well. That means I'll have to take the other one out though. Power armor frame crafting. Bastiani. Special wine exception. Scrap that settlement extra living and extras. Living and dead. Okay. Is this one encounter then? No, I should put it onto favourite for now. Latest version of the scrap settlement. Use the latest version of scrap settlement before installing. Base game must be placed at the before this in the load order. Allows you to scrap living and dead humans, robots, creatures, as long as you're able to get into workshop mode. Does not allow you to scrap essential NPCs or companions. Basically, best example of this, if you've already shot an enemy just as you're about to set up a settlement or activate it for the first time, you can then go along to the activation point, return to the guard you've just recently shot, and you'll be able to scrap him into bone and everything else, whatever he's actually carrying, and basically what he's like made of. I've seen this done with settlers and ghouls that were already on, which were already they're on the settlement. Best case of this is Sunshine Tidings, where there's all the ghouls in the cabins. You can walk up to them, choose to scrap them, and they'll give you cloth, bone, and all these other type of stuff. So yeah, I'll be adding that one to my existing stuff. Most of the stuff you will see on my videos will be focused on settlements, and not necessarily, you'll see the gameplay, but the mods I will be using are mostly settlements at the moment. I do use a couple of other ones, but it's not really stuff you can show every single time in a video. So if you are tuning into my videos, the gameplay videos expecting to see all these mods on display, sometimes it's hidden mods that you're not really actually seeing. Things like carry weight, legendary weaponry perks, which basically pretty much what any crafting station I can activate either armor or weaponry and make my own legendaries. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm using that you're not seeing. Unfortunately, I did list a giant list of all the ones I am currently using, and some of the stuff I haven't encountered yet as well. I'm still working my way towards where the modded item is. I'm not going to give it away too soon though. Anyone can fill a water bottle. Dr. Mobius's Infinite Stash, a Scrap That Nuclear World add-on, Starlight Drive in a huge prison camp, PostWar Workshop add-on, and that is it. Well, I'm going to end the video there because it has gone on for slightly longer than I intended. I do apologise for the little vignette conversation pieces in between, but I like to add my own personal touch on some of these mods to give you an idea of what it is, the mods I use and the ones I find personally useful. If you're really into settlement building and customization, you're gonna love some of the videos I'll be doing pretty soon. because I am going to do a whole video where I start from the ground up on a settlement and just build for the entire session. I will have to remember to turn on my full hour for that one though. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, please, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and don't forget, if you're a Skyrim fan, I'll be doing the Skyrim video following this upload. So thank you very much for watching again, and I'll see you next week for one of the category mods.